Hey everybody, today's contraindicated exercise, because I told you, I promised you I had 16 more of these videos coming. So today's contraindicated exercise is what a lot of CrossFitters like to do, this crap. I've seen other people do it too. It's basically anybody that's, it's designed for people that can't do pull-ups, right? Primarily I think it's designed for women. And a lot of women can do pull-ups, I just haven't met them. So I've met a couple, but let me just boil it down for you right here. A kipping pull-up is something some guy, maybe his name's Kipping, I don't know, designed it in CrossFit to be a cheap pull-up, a way of just getting up there on the bar and pumping out reps like crazy. Now, look, if you've ever seen Marines or Army Rangers or Navy SEALs or whoever do pull-ups, they do what's called a strict pull-up. That's exactly what I do in my workout programs, and that's exactly what I teach. A strict pull-up. Not, a strict could be legs down or legs crossed, but it's vertical, and it requires the most stabilization and the least amount of movement. So a strict pull-up, and a chin-up pull-up, this just depends on what your grip is now. Now look at the strict pull-up here. There's nice control the whole way up and down. You can uncross your legs if you want. On a body tower, you're going to have to shift your legs around a little bit to get the right, to not touch the ground. So, what I used to do in CrossFit, which is really stupid, but people like to compete, right? They want to pump out a lot of reps, and they don't really give a crap about how they do it. Now that's exactly the mentality that causes people shoulder injuries, just like I had in P90X and just like I got in CrossFit. Because people will get up here and they'll start flopping around like a dying fish and they call it a pull-up. It's not a pull-up. And anybody who says different is an idiot. Now this is a kipping pull-up right here. So they'll get up here and they'll just start flopping around and you get into this momentum. You see this crap? And I can bang out a shitload of pull-ups that way. Now, does that look like a, let me step back here a little bit, I hope I didn't cut my head off. Does that look like a pull-up though? No. It might be the cousin of a pull-up, but it is fugly. It is fugly, and there's something wrong with it. There's too much motion, and you're using the momentum of your body to get up there on the bar. Look. Now look here. If you weigh so much that you have to use momentum to get up to that bar, get up to the top, you shouldn't be doing a pull-up until you lose weight, because you're pulling up your body weight. The other thing is, if you have to swing yourself around like a monkey to bang out and crank out a bunch of reps because you like to compete, you're just deluding yourself. You go take a look at the CrossFit games and all that, and when they start doing kipping pull-ups, I laugh my butt off every single time. Because, now if they're doing a strict pull-up competition, that's different. That's a different story. But I laugh my butt off. I was watching the CrossFit games and they're just laughing about these guys, these ladies, these ladies are going to bang out a bunch of kipping pull-ups. She's got the record on kipping pull-ups. She's got the record of doing something idiotic that doesn't mean shit in the real world. Like if you showed this to a Navy SEAL or a Marine or a Ranger or somebody, they'd just be like, what is that guy doing? Like if they saw another person in their squad or in their team or whatever doing that crap, they'd be like, what in the hell is that guy doing? You can't, they would think that he was using, they would think he's on drugs. He's on drugs. And I'm not talking about steroids. I mean like, he smoked a lot of weed and got drunk the night before, and then he decided to come out early in the morning and do pull-ups. Like that's the kind of drunk and stoned I'm talking about. Not using steroids. Like, it's just, anyway, that's where I was going with kipping pull-ups, ladies and gentlemen. And, same thing goes for chin-ups. People want to bang out a bunch of chin-ups, and they'll do the same thing with chin-ups. I find chin-ups personally are just a little easier than pull-ups. You got to be the determining factor on that. You try and, now, just before I go, I know I'm making this video a bit longer, but let me show you, besides showing a strict pull-up, many of you at home can't do a pull-up And I showed you the perfect pull-up bar that you can install in your doorway for 25 bucks. I've showed you that before. I'm not going to show it to you again right now. But you can totally, if you can't afford a body tower, you can just buy a perfect pull-up bar, install it in your door, in any door frame in your house, and you can do pull-ups and chin-ups on your own. And if you can't do pull-ups because of your body weight, a nice place to start is the inverted row. If you get down here, you can also, if you install the Navy SEAL perfect pull-up in your door frame, you can unhook the bar and you can do inverted rows, or you can buy a body tower. Now, this is a great way to decrease the percentage of body weight you're lifting and still work out all of your pull compound muscles to train yourself to get prepared for the inevitable, which is you doing pull-ups. Now, that's one way to do it. Another way to do it, to assist yourself with pull-ups. Some people in CrossFit and other places will use a band. They'll strap a band under their leg or they'll hook it on their foot and they'll use that to pull themselves up. Now I find that that's just a way to cheat your pull-ups. You're not going to teach your body, your motor neurons and your muscles, you're not going to teach them very well to do full-on pull-ups if you wrap a band around your foot and do it, because that band is going to propel you up. And it's going to keep you, it's like if you could walk, but you decided to go ahead and use a wheelchair, that's what the band is on the pull-ups. Like when you wrap it around your foot, like no, if you can walk, you should walk. So what you need to do, and if you can't run, you should walk, right? You don't go get in a wheelchair just because you can't run. Oh, I can't run anymore, so I'm going to wheel myself around in a chair. No. That's what the band does when you start putting a band around your foot doing pull-ups. Like, no, man. Like, look here. You can stand up on the chair, and you come up and you start doing negatives. Negatives, eccentric contractions build more muscle than concentric contractions, right? So, you want to start doing negatives. It doesn't matter if you have to climb back up on the chair every time. You step up to the bar like so, you let yourself off the chair, and you slowly lower yourself down. I'm not talking about some isometric contraction. Most of you probably can't do that. You climb back up on the chair and rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat, baby. All right, well, I lost the chair on that one. But you know what? There's no shame in it. There's no shame in it. You have to do this over and over again to build your muscles up. Who gives a crap? You let yourself get your balance and down. Now, look here. That's how you do it, baby. Woo!